Hi, my name is Nicole Sharpe, and I felt led to share my book with you guys. The name of my book is The End of November, Growing Up with Domestic Violence. Um, I grew up with domestic violence, like it was an actual entity that I grew up with, and that it affected every facet of my life. So I just wanted to just share the introduction today. And then on later episodes, I'll share each chapter, which is very short. I wrote this some years ago just to help people, children, and adults to know that domestic violence is real, is something that we can talk about. It doesn't have to identify your life, and we can overcome it as I have overcome it because my earliest memories were of domestic violence. But today I can say that I have been delivered by the grace of God. And so I just want to read just the beginning of it, the intro for you today. Hi, my name is Ward of the Court. At least that's how the state of New York Child Welfare Services identify me from the age of 15. Then I was literally on my own. But my feelings of being on my own arose from as far back as I could remember. My parents were too caught up in their confusion to realize that an impressionable child was growing underneath their tattered wings. I grew up in a lower middle class home according to societal standards. To the outside world, we were a picturesque family. But when the doors, or should I say bars, slammed shut, it was like being in a prison. I was subjected to my father's constant abuse of my mother, verbal, emotional, and physical, and she in turn heaped that frustration upon me. This was especially true when my father purposefully treated me with love and attention and contrasted me to her in order to basically piss her off. Because it was a dysfunctional household, we did not play out the regular family roles. My father was the ticking time bomb terrorist, and my mother was the crime victim and my assailant at times. And I was the fly on the wall that got pulled into the chaos on occasions by both if it benefited them. The worst part about the whole arrangement is that I love them. I love my parents. I have been meaning to write about the shattered episodes of my childhood for a while now, but I've been putting it off because it's just so difficult to revisit. Right now, I can feel my whole body gently shiver beneath my skin. Although it is not easy, I'm motivated by all the survivors and victims of domestic abuse, including the most silent of the victims, the ones we forget about, the children orphaned by domestic violence. My goal is for them to realize that they are not alone and to help them to see that they can make a life out there for themselves. Beyond the biological parents, beyond the craziness all around them, there is a shaft of light that is beckoning for their happiness. I have not written in the most conventional of orders, but as the memories come to me. My name is Nicole Sharpe, and this is my life growing up with domestic violence, the end of November. And I dedicated this book to my mommy and all the victims and survivors of domestic abuse, including the children who witness it, the children we forget, the children who are molded by what they saw, the children who grow up and act out all this trauma and toxicity as adults, the children who are placed in prisons, forgotten, the children who grew up not realizing why they're acting out this way. That's who I wrote this book for. And so I hope that you check me out on the next episode. And the first chapter is called First Memories. Thank you.